Good afternoon and welcome to First Grade Virtual Music. I am your host, Mr. Burdick. So, this is our fourth episode in our at home music series. And for today, we're going to switch things up a little bit and work on the song Seesaw. We've been really focused on rhythm or number of sounds in our songs. And today, I figured we could do something a little bit different. So, you remember with Seesaw, we talked about the other name for a seesaw and the fact that we find those on playgrounds, and one side goes up and the other side goes down, right? So we did a motion with this song. We actually did three different motions. So remember, the first motion was reaching all the way up and then all the way down to the floor. So if you're watching this at home, get up off the couch, get up off your chair, and let's do this song together. So let's see here. Seesaw. So ready? I'm starting by reaching up. Or actually, we're going to start by crouching down, and then we're going to reach up on the song. Ready, go, seesaw, up and down, in the air and on the ground. And that's where we're supposed to stop, right? So you can actually stand back up. Let's stay standing for this. You got to get some movement in your life anyway. So we said that was a lot of work. And I told you, Mr. Berg, my knees don't work as well, and I'm getting a little tired. So what could we do different while still showing the up-down movement? And if you remember correctly, we took the legs out of it. We just reached up and reached down. So let's do that now. Ready? And seesaw, up and down, in the air and on the ground. Right? So we did up-down motion, whole body. We did the up-down motion using just our hands. Do you remember the third way? That's right. That was shoulders and hips. So let's do that now. Ready? Here we go. Seesaw, up and down, in the air and on the ground. All right, here's the final challenge. I want to sing the song 3 times. I want to start with a whole body motion. Then I just want to do the hands, and then let's do the shoulders, hips. So ready? Come on, you can do this. Ready? Here we go. Seesaw, up and down, in the air and on the ground. Seesaw, up and down, in the air and on the ground. Seesaw, up and down, in the air and on the ground. Wonderful job. I hope you did that with me, and I hope you're a little out of breath right now. All right? So, as we were doing this song, we noticed something really cool. And I'm not talking about the rhythm and the number of sounds, okay? I'm talking about what our voice did. And one of the things we talked about with our voice is that your voice changes. So, as we sing these words, our voice has to change. Those of you who are inquire, remember we talk about our voice being like a staircase. And so we're not going to stay on the same step for these, but our voice is going to change. And so we only had 2 sounds, right? We had some of the sounds that were higher, and some of the sounds where my voice had to move down to get to a lower step, right? So here we are. And for those of you who remember this from choir, okay, we're starting on this step. We're starting here on this step. We're actually going to skip down to this step and then back up again. So we're actually skipping a step in between. We're going to go down and come back up. So the question is, did we start high or start low? Let's see. Seesaw, loo. This one definitely sounds a little bit lower. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to erase it. And I'm just going to kind of drag it down a little bit. Still going to put it underneath my heartbeat. So I seesaw, right? Now what about heartbeat 3? Let's see. Seesaw, up and saw, up and. I feel like my voice is going back up, so I don't think I need to change anything. Both of these are going to stay the same. What about down? Seesaw, up and down. Up and down. Definitely feel my voice. I feel my voice actually changing, moving down. So I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to erase the word down. I'm going to move it down. So now I have my sounds where I'm on the top step. I'm going to hop down to a lower step, back up, back down. So ready? Seesaw, up and down. Now something kind of cool happens in our second phrase, our second musical sentence. Remember, the musical sentences are called phrases. So when I have this, I'm going to start, let's see, up and down in the down, blue, in the blue, blue, blue. Voice went higher, so this is going to stay right here. Let's see what happens. In the air and you're absolutely right. If you sang it with me or were listening, my voice moved down just like in phrase one. So I'm going to take these two words, I'm going to pull them down, or in my case, just rewrite them a little bit lower. In the air and on the ground. Well, watch this. Up and down on the ground. And ground, well, the ground is low anyway, and it actually drops down. On the ground. So I'm going to drag this down to the word ground. And something you can do at home if you want to, just to get it in your mind and practicing a little bit, is write the words just like I had them in straight lines. And then when you can actually erase and move them down, or even just write the words like this so you can see the upwards and the downwards in phrases 1 and 2. So the last thing we talked about is what to name these sounds. What do we call this sound? Well, it's higher, right? So we're going to call it high with just one letter H. Well, if this is high, this is probably going to be low. I have two highs and just a single low. Then I'm going to do the same thing down here, except instead of one high sound, I have two high sounds. So high, high. Same thing here, two low sounds, two high sounds, and low. And the last thing I want to add to this, I know, right? A lot of stuff we did today. Remember, if we use our shoulders and hips, this kind of shows on our body the high sound and our low sound, just like going up in the air on the seesaw and back down again. So let's try this. Start with your high sound up here, and we're going to do the song together. Ready? Here we go. Seesaw, up and down, in the air and on the ground. Excellent. Try it singing with high and low instead of the words. Ready, go. High, low, high, high, low, high, high, low, low, high, high, low. So that was Seesaw. A lot of stuff. If you got a little bit lost, start the video over. Watch it again. It'll be good practice anyway. So hope you're working those singing voices. Practice the song. And I look forward to seeing you on another episode. Take care.